Hey, listen, beautiful. What if I told you that the real reason why you're still not successful is because you keep, living your life from low-level emotions? Low-level emotions. I just heard something fall. I don't even know what fell. This is part of my intro. Anyway, bro, seriously, man. I'm being serious. I'm being serious. You're just living your life from low-level emotions, and that's the issue. How many times right now you can tell me that you were living through gratitude, or you were living through love, or you know what, the highest emotion, authenticity. You were living, being authentic. You know how much I stuttered right now when I was making this video? I'm like, something just fell. My accent for some reason changed all of a sudden. Do I give a crap? No, because I'm showing you what's happening in real time. I don't care. But how much are you doing that? You can hear even like the footsteps upstairs. I don't. But how much are you doing that? How much are you living authentically in life? And then if you're not living authentically in life, if you're not living in gratitude or love, or just love for life itself, the one that Allah gave you, if you're not living through that, that's the biggest reason why you're still not successful. I mean, how do you think about it? Do I look better like that? I don't know, because it's so bright. I can't even see. But think about it. If right now you go through a whole day and then you try to just be super aware of what's happening within you, would you notice that there's so much guilt happening in any moment of the day, anger happening, boredom, apathy, any of these low-level emotions? Go search up the emotional scale and just see those low-level emotions. Which one are you usually feeling throughout the day? Because if you're constantly feeling these emotions throughout the day, trust me when I say that that's the biggest reason why you're still not successful. That's the biggest reason why you're still not successful. And let me tell you something, right? I want to tell you something crazy that might get a lot of people pissed off, but you know what? It's fine, bro. It's just sometimes this knowledge has to be shared, right? So look, right? Let me just see if this is good, first of all. Yeah, it is good. It's so dark around here. I don't even know why it's so dark in the house. By the way, this is water. I don't know why I have water. So look at this, right? So if you see my whole body right now, right? My whole body. Like this is my chest, right? This is my belly. Below that is something else, right? I noticed that when you're feeling emotions, right? Whenever you're feeling emotions, I've actually tried to become attuned to where am I feeling these emotions usually. And this is going to blow your mind. I'm like, where am I usually feeling these emotions? And then I noticed, I'm like, if I'm feeling anger, usually anger is going to be like just around here. Like if you're just so angry, it's going to be around in the belly. And then it's going to start transferring. If I'm feeling guilt, for example, yeah, it's going to be like in my belly. Like my belly is going to have like some feeling, like this dark feeling of guilt. It's just like a very dark feeling. I'm getting cold. I'm not going to pick it up right now. Can't you see I'm busy? And then, for example, if you're feeling, I don't know, if you're feeling lust, where are you going to be feeling that? You're going to be feeling it below the belly. But now what if you're feeling for example, gratitude? Gratitude, you're going to be feeling it here. And then at times it's like if you're feeling true enlightenment and then you're just flowing in the world, you'll be feeling that somewhere in the head. Somewhere in the head. But that's the thing, it's like the emotional skill that they gave, it's such a great representation of what's happening also within you. So it's like if you look at it, right? Like you feel one emotion here, one emotion here, one emotion here, and then here at times, and then here. It's just, you see it's like a straight line? It's literally a straight line. And so now I'm like, when you read through the Quran and then you see all these ayats, like the friends of Allah, no fear on them and no grief. Where are you feeling fear? In the belly. Grief. It's like usually, maybe, I think it's in the heart. Usually grief. I'm not sure. But all these low-level emotions, and then when you're feeling gratitude in the heart. When you're feeling peace, you're just feeling it in the heart. So I'm like, what if and this is just from my own tafakkur, you could say. I'm like, what if this whole Sirat al-Mustaqim, the straight path, is just within you? Because Allah says it like look through the world is a reflection of you. As they say, the macrocosm is the microcosm. So the same Sirat al-Mustaqim that we've been told about, the one that you'll be walking on, what if it's what if this whole thing is just a representation of what's happening also within you? Because it's bro, it truly hits all the points. And then, because think about it, right? When you travel on the straight path that you have within your body, the straight path, I mean, that's why you're straight, by the way. You're the only straight animal in the world. There is no straighter animal than the human. And so when we say travel the straight path, go through the straight path, it's almost like you're going through all these emotions and then you reach the highest one, which is enlightenment. And then when you reach enlightenment, or which is like authenticity, that's when you're just flowing through the world, living your true self. And the people of Jannah, like Allah says, like He removes all the negative emotions from their being. There is no more negative emotions within them. I was reading that, and I was reading like some poems from Shams Tabrizi. He was like, heaven and hell are not just places, they're also states of being. So whenever you're feeling anger, you're in hell. You're burning in hell when you're feeling anger. And that's why you feel it in the belly, because the belly has the acid, right? And so the acid like literally burns things. And then when you're feeling love and peace with the world, you're in heaven in that moment. And that's why you feel like you want to give things out, because you are in heaven in that state. And the only way you'll be able, and by the way, this might seem like it's very advanced type of things to say. The only way you'll be able to truly feel this is when you're living in the present moment, because everything exists in the present moment. All dimensions exist in the present moment. So everything literally is here in the present moment. It's timelessness. It's the eternal now. I was reading that and I was like, yeah, man, like what if this whole thing is just this? And so what am I trying to tell you through all of that? I'm trying to tell you that jihad and nafs is the greatest thing you can go through. The struggle of the self is the greatest thing you can go through. It's the thing that you should be worried about the most. The struggle of the self, jihad and nafs. What that means is that these low-level emotions that you're feeling, go above them. Go above them. How do you go above them? With the Quran. Do you see what I mean? Allah says like the words of Allah is what's going to help you go through the straight path. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم. How are you going to be guided the straight path? Through the word of Allah. And words have the capability, the ability of changing your being, giving you emotions. So it's a game of emotions. That's all it is. The game of emotions. So right now, when most of you guys, when I started this video, I'm like, the only reason why you're still not successful is because you're still roaming around those low-level emotions. It's because you haven't traveled up. You have not traveled up. Even right now, if you pray all your salawats, if you do all your prayers, are you truly praying from within as well? Like, is your inner being praying, or are you just doing an act of physical worship just so you can get some type of reward? And that reward is not even hell or heaven. You even know that. That reward is just that I checked this off my list. I'm done. I prayed all my salawat. Now I can relax throughout the day. Or you just want to please maybe your parents or someone. That's what salah has become for everybody now. They're just like, oh, I gotta get it done because I'll feel guilty if I don't get it done. I'll feel guilty if I don't get it done. Feel guilty? Tell me you're going to be roaming around these low-level emotions? Or are you going to be going and doing the salah through love, through peace, through bliss, through that? Not just, oh, I'll feel guilty if I don't do it. My dad's going to yell at me if I don't do it. Do you see what I mean? So what I'm trying to tell you is, I don't know, bro, just through the thoughts, through like me just contemplating this beautiful message, I'm like, what if this entire time, Sirat al-Mustaqim is just the path that's within you. It's within you, traveling these different emotions until you finally reach the emotion of enlightenment. And by the way, it says in the Quran that, well, I don't know if it actually says in the Quran, to be honest, but if you have an ounce of pride in your heart, or I think it was anger, but I believe it was pride, you won't get to heaven. And so when you look at pride in of itself, right? If you have an ounce of pride in your heart, you won't get to heaven. Which means everything else below that, like by definition, habibi. And if you have, for example, like hatred below that, you won't get to heaven. Because pride is the best negative emotion. It's the best negative emotion. It's like if you ever want to feel a negative emotion, if you're forced to feel any negative emotion, it's pride. Still a bad emotion, but it's the best negative emotion. Which means that anything else below that is horrible. So if you're feeling hatred or jealousy, how are you going to get to heaven? Do you see what I mean? And then if you're feeling, for example, peace, yeah, you'll get to heaven. That's what I was thinking right now. Like, all these ayat are so beautiful, man. What if it's all just a representation of what's happening within you? Because understand that you are a whole universe. The organs that you have, the cells that you have, like this whole machine that you have is a whole universe. This soul that you have is a whole universe. It's actually insane, man. So anyway, I'm hoping this was helpful. I just wanted to, the main lesson of this whole video is bring your attention inward. Bring your attention inward and try. Use the word of Allah to travel through the straight path, to go up, to feel pure love. Like roam around love. Be in this world through love. And just watch. Watch how much your work is going to have love in it. Watch how much like even with the way you talk to people, it's going to have love in it and they'll feel it. And they'll want to be more around you because you're just radiating love. And who's not attracted to love? Everybody is attracted to love. It's within the human being to be attracted to love. And that's why the greatest shuyukh in Islam are the ones that were just filled with love, like a cup overflowing with love. And those are the ones that were able to convert a lot of people to this beautiful message because they were an example of this message. So if you see someone, a so-called Muslim, scholar, sheikh, whoever, doesn't matter, but they're not overflowing with love, come on, man. Come on, man. It just shows you haven't walked through the straight path. That's all it shows. That's all it shows. So walk through the straight path. When you reach love, you'll see it, and then other people will see it too, and then it'll transform you. So anyway, I'm hoping this was helpful, man. If it was, just let me know.